Breaking news. A 15-year-old student was hit biking home from school. He is now in critical condition.
We're going to check for responsiveness. Hey, are you awake? Nothing. We're going to check for pulses. And then we're going to start working. So from there, like if it's in this case, we're going to hold the C-spine, so we're going to keep the head facing one direction. We don't want their spine to twist. So we're going to hold it like that until we get stabilized, and we can move him outside here onto a gurney and get him in the ambulance so we can actually take a look at him a little better. Go for it. That's great. So it's reach down, and all you're doing, when you hold their head, you want to hold their head just like this. And it's nice to get the helmet on because that'll help them out a lot. And then you just want to, you're a reminder to let them know, hey, don't move your head around at all, especially if they're conscious. If they're unconscious, we're going to be here for a very short amount of time, and then we'll get inside really quick. Okay. So, sometimes we'll put them on a backboard, sometimes we'll pick them up and we'll go straight to the gurney. And then once we get them in there, then we'll start working. All right, so now we got her in the back of the rig. So what's bugging right now? It's Abby, right?
Yep.
Abby, okay. So you got hit by a car. You're riding your bike. Do you remember what happened? No, you have no idea. No. Hit your head. Did your head hurt at all? I'm gonna feel your head, okay? And normally I'm wearing gloves, but feel your head. Does any of this hurt?
Kinda.
Kinda? Okay. Wait, why don't you follow my finger for me? Just all the way to the side. Good. Up. And down. I'm gonna push on your face just a little bit. Tell me if this hurts. Okay. Stick your tongue out for me. Good. Open your mouth. All your teeth still there?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna push all over. You tell me if it hurts, okay? All right, so I'm gonna push on your chest a little. Shoulders. Pull it in. Okay, we're gonna check arms.
Ow.
It all hurts. Okay, and then we're gonna get to the abdomen. We're gonna push on the chest and then on the side as well, and that feels if your ribs are all intact. I'm gonna push on your stomach. Okay, all four quadrants because you want to do all four sides. Check all the different internal organs. Make sure they're not messed up. You're gonna push on the pelvis and push in, and then we're gonna check legs. Okay, and then this, by doing that, when I move it like this, I can feel if the legs are broken, they move apart. Okay, can you wiggle your toes for me? Good, can you feel this?
Yeah.
Feel this in on both sides?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So, now we did that, and we can check pulses as well, so I'm going to feel her pulse on both sides, and this would tell us if she has good pulse motor and sensation throughout all of her extremities. So as long as she has pulses, she can wiggle her fingers, feel that, same thing down in her feet, we know we're doing good there. Cool. So now we're going to check your vital signs. We're going to check your blood pressure. We put a bunch of stickers on you. Check your blood sugar. Check your oxygen levels. And then we'll probably go to the hospital to at least get a scan of your head to make sure there's no internal bleeding.
Okay.
So when you put the stethoscope on, you want the tips going forward into your ears. So you put that on there. You're going to put this. Go ahead and pull that down because your shirt's thin enough we can hear it. You're going to hold it just like that. And what you're going to do is keep your thumb off of the top of it, keep it on the side because it can hear it right through there. So like that. And what you do is you pump up and keep an eye on that number. I'm gonna go up to like 200, which is a lot, unless she's pretty anxious. So back it down, and once you start the first beat that you hear, that's the top number. The last one you hear, that's the bottom number. Like 130 something over 60. I'll throw on our automated one because the automated one can keep going. I can program it to take one like every 5 minutes. So we actually find out what your actual blood pressure is. Okay. We're going to put the pulse ox on the opposite hand of the blood pressure cuff because otherwise it doesn't give you a reading. See, 114 over 71. Much better. So these stickers, what they do is they actually read the electrical activity of your heart. So if there's any heart problems, such as like a heart attack or different rhythms, we can actually see it. So I'm going to put these on your ankles. And we'll put these ones on the wrists. So just reads the smallest of electrical activity. And just like that, you have a normal ticker. So we have your pulse at 74, your blood pressure 114 over 71, you're breathing at 21 times a minute, and your oxygen levels are 100%. So all of your red blood cells have oxygen in them. Sweet.
I'm Danny, and I'm here with Central Mason Fire.
My name is Allison Brunlin. I'm a paramedic with Central Mason Fire and EMS.
Hi, I'm Abby, and I'm here to interview
Brandon. I'm Brandon Higgy. I'm a lieutenant firefighter paramedic with Central Mason Fire.
memorable experience you have in this job.
Memorable experience. Well, you can, like, there's too many to count, like, depending on what you're doing, if it's firefighting or EMS or all the other classes and stuff we get to. I think the thing that's the most fun for me is actually the everyone we get to work with, because like us as a shift, there's 20 some odd people on a shift. We are like a little family. So if you don't have a family, you have that family. Like I could send out a text and I have everyone under the world. They'll be there in no time at all. So I think the most memorable part is just the connections and the networking that you grow. Because I can go anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, and I'll find someone who knows someone that I know because it's such a tight-knit, small community.
Okay.
So, yeah, the people. That's the most memorable.
Okay.
What did you major in?
Majored in paramedicine, but for this job, you don't necessarily need a college degree. You just have to go to certain programs to be able to get your EMT or advanced EMT or paramedic.
So what inspired you to be in this, job?
Nothing, actually.
Oh.
The funny part, so I was planning on joining the military, and I went through ROTC at Shelton High School, and I was an XO, and I did all that for 3 years, played baseball, football, all that stuff. And I was fully planning on going to the military, becoming Army Special Forces. And 2 weeks before I graduated, I got disqualified. So I had no plans, no nothing. I had no idea what I was doing. All my plans tanked, no college. And then I graduated, miserable, depressed. And then about a week or two later, I was driving up to Lake Cushman where I lived, and they had a volunteers wanted sign. And I was like, I'm gonna try that out. And that's been 18 and a half years now. So, yeah, and now I'm here.
Interesting. Wow.
And how has being a medical professional helped you succeed?
Well, I personally think this is the best job we ever have. And I was able to go from getting my EMT to my advanced EMT and then paramedic. And then I had to move away to another country for a couple years. And because of my experience, I was able to go to college online and get my paramedicine degree.
Last question. What advice do you have for the people or students that want to join this healthcare field?
So if you want to join this healthcare field, get experience first. You need to know if you like it or not before you start following this path, because especially becoming a paramedic, like if you start off as a EMT, which is great, that's where you get all of your experience. But when you become a paramedic, the entire weight of the world falls on your shoulders. Like you go into a house, someone who's deathly ill and sick, that's your job. Okay. And you are ultimately responsible for everything that happens. So knowing that you're able to handle that at the paramedic level, it's really important. But there's a lot of people who are EMTs and they're fantastic EMTs. EMTs, and I'll give you the difference. EMT is basic life support, so they deal with the relatively not life-threatening stuff, and the paramedic deals with all the life-threatening stuff.
Okay.
So, get your feet in, do a ride along, talk to the people around you. There's a whole lot that goes into it, like the mental health side of things, the lack of sleep. There's way more to it than just running calls, but it's make sure you dabble into it before you jump into it.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Go.
Whenever you're
Clean up and paperwork.
Yeah. For real. You have to do paperwork. And it takes depending on the call, if this was a wreck, you have to do 2 reports. So you do a red side and a blue side.
I'm going to, obviously.
And